Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Saturday, August 31st, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 2 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to today's guided message, we have the deer energy. And with the deer energy brings me to patience and observation. And I feel like this brings me back to yesterday's message in the sense that yesterday's message felt like yesterday's energy felt inspiring to a certain extent, but the inspiration felt more like a distraction. And when it comes to today's energy, the deer brings me to listening, empathic listening. When you look at the ears of the deer's ears are alert. It's like, it's not what you see. You know, don't get distracted on what you're looking at today. Instead, like, pay attention to what's not being said in certain situations. Saturn is the ruler of today, and Saturn is in Pisces. And Saturn in Pisces is a part of a T-square, or is being squared by Jupiter, conjunct Mars in Gemini, and being opposed by the Sun in Virgo. So we're getting close to the full moon energy for sure. And with the Sun in Virgo and Saturn in Pisces, when I think of the opposition of those energies, I think of, say, when it comes to healing and how, so I think about healing, and I think about when it comes to healing and medicine. I was reading this book recently called 80-10-10 by Dr. Douglas Graham, and he spoke a lot on the importance of getting all of our nutrients. Like, say for example, when we think of, like, say, fruits, and within fruits, it's like within fruits and vegetables, like, you'll have like a bunch of different nutrients in there in the proper ratios that the body needs. But instead, we've been conditioned to kind of isolate nutrients, if that makes sense, where it's like you're consuming this powder to get some of this, and you're consuming that powder to get some of that. And it's like, where did that come from? Like, it makes sense that through marketing and trying to sell us things, different things are presented to us as this is a superfood and that's a superfood. So you take this and you take that. But then that could throw our bodies off of balance, because as we're taking that in nature, that is probably paired up with something else, but we're consuming it without the thing that it's paired up with. So it could throw us off balance. And in the process of us thinking we're adding value with that thing, it's depleting us of other things because it's paired up in nature the way it is for a reason. And when I think of like Saturn opposed the Sun and in Virgo and Pisces energy, I think of like when Virgo and Pisces energy is opposing each other, I think of the whole patchwork type of healing. Patchwork type of healing in the sense that with Pisces by itself will bring me to the thought of a person having faith without the work. And, you know, we always hear faith without works is dead. So I think of Pisces energy, a person trying to manifest certain things and holding on to certain visions, but missing out on taking the physical, tangible steps that need to align with that vision in order to manifest the thing. And then on the Virgo side, I think of someone getting up every day and doing all this hard work, but lacking the vision and the expectation, the whole Pisces energy. So it's like they're getting up and doing all this work, but they're not reaping the benefits of all their hard work, because both energies need to come together. So when I think of like Virgo and Pisces energy coming together in a balanced place, it brings me to holistic healing. It brings me to, something being holistic, where it's like we're combining the spiritual aspect of a thing and the physical aspect of a thing, because both of those things need to come together. So when it comes to today's energy, it brings me to a challenge a push and pull and a challenge when it comes to both of those energies. And hands down, we have to figure out a way how to bring them both together, bring both of the energies together, because without bringing them together, things are out of balance. So it brought me to the thought of what I was reading in the book about how, you know, in today's day, in order for big pharma to thrive, we've been conditioned to focus on patches of nutrients. Like you take this supplement and that supplement and that supplement, where if we were consuming our foods in a holistic way, the way how nature intended, everything is packaged within the foods in the right ratio in order to create balance in the body for the body to heal itself. So when it comes to, say, today's energy, with Saturn and Pisces, I think Saturn and Pisces helps us to say certain hidden things that we didn't see before. Maybe hidden things about certain addictions, certain cravings, certain ways of escaping reality, escaping our issues, and maybe escape reality or issues because we feel powerless. We feel powerless in our situation. And I feel like Saturn and Pisces is helping us to become aware of the powerlessness that we might feel. And I think of like a person recognizing certain emotions, and then after having certain emotions, they might feel triggered to, say, consume certain things or do certain things that they would rather avoid. But with the Saturn retrograde energy there, they're able to see themselves, where before it's like all you know is that, you know, you feel sad and then you end up here. You feel sad and then you just end up waking up feeling some type of way, because the minute you feel sad, it's like, you know, you block out and consuming the junk or doing whatever, only to find yourself later feeling awful, like, damn, like I wish I had practiced more discipline. So when it comes to today's energy, Saturn being the ruler of the day, so there's definitely something with time. And the day is the 31st. So the number 3 brings a creative, expressive energy to the day. The number 1 brings a masculine, egoic energy to the day. When it comes to today's energy, kind of bring me back to something similar about yesterday. Again, as there is this imaginative, creative, expressive vibe to the day, but in a way that is structured, in a way that like makes sense. And with the energies in the day adding up and reducing to the number 2 vibration, the number 2 brings a sensitive, emotional vibe to the day. So when I look at today's energies, like, say, for example, for the longest, you've been doing so well when it comes to your diet, or you're on a fast or whatnot. When it comes to today's energy, it's so easy to fall off. It's easy to fall off because feelings of powerlessness, as you could find yourself trying to entertain a bunch of different ideas to better your situation in some way. And then there's this reality that comes over some of us, as in like, but this will take time too. What I mean by that is, like, say, for example, someone is behind when it comes to their bills, and they come up with an idea to start a certain kind of business. And even though the business idea is a great idea, reality checks in that, okay, this is a good idea, but it'll probably take a few months for this idea to take off. And what am I going to do in between that time? It's that kind of reality that clicks when it comes to today's energy. And we have the High Priestess coming out in the reversal position. And with the High Priestess coming out in the reversal position, as I look at it with this energy right here, the first thought that came to mind when the High Priestess came out was that you're not listening. And you're not listening. For me, what I got from that is, say our intuition has brought us to a certain place, and every day you have exactly what you need, and you only find yourself panicking when you're thinking far off into the future. When you're worrying about your future, that's the only time you find yourself panicking, scrambling, and trying to come up with a bunch of solution type ideas that end up being a waste of time and energy anyways, because they're coming from a place of fear. Where with the High Priestess energy in the reversal position, it brings me to how, like, say our higher self, God, creator, whatever you call it, guide us to certain points in our lives. And we just have to trust and be patient and know that in this moment, everything will be taken care of and everything will be okay in the next moment as well. And be present enough to catch ourselves when we find ourselves spiraling out, worrying about what the future will bring, when right now we need to just be present and be grateful for what's happening today, so that energy flows into tomorrow and keep flowing forward. With the Deer energy, it just brings me to being patient and not being so quick to leap into anything, not being so quick to jump into anything. So between yesterday, today, you might come up with an idea, but the idea probably came from a place of lack or fear. And today it's like, are you getting ready to leap into the idea because it's a great idea that came from your higher self? And when I say your higher self, let's say you were walking down the street, and you're laughing, smiling, having a great day, and boom, the idea came through. The idea came through while you were in a positive frequency, opposed to you're worried and scared and panicking and come up with an idea that seems like a solution, but really where that idea comes from, it's not going to be a solution to your situation. It's just going to be a distraction, a waste of time, a waste of energy. Like I was saying in yesterday's message, for the last, say, few years, for some of us, it's like I said in yesterday's message, a person makes up their mind that they're moving on. You go from the airport to sitting on the plane, and the plane is taking its time to take off. And while you're sitting on the plane, you're contemplating if you should get off the plane and go back to what you're used to, or just sit on the plane and take your chances with what's in front of you, because you already have enough experience with what's in the past or what should be left in the past. So you're going to just trust yourself and take your chances on the future. And I feel like that message is coming forward into today, where the High Priestess brings me to the thought of a person being guided to a certain place, and everything that they need in the moment is presented to them. And they know that they've done everything they could do in each moment. And now it's time to just trust. Where with the High Priestess in a reversal position, it brings me to someone not trusting their intuition and feeling like they need to do more. And right now, the energies doesn't feel like doing more is the answer. It brings me back to that Virgo Pisces energy, where I love how Pisces energy, Pisces energy would remind me of like releasing and floating in the ocean. And just letting go type of vibe, letting go. Where Virgo energy, where the sun in Virgo, it's like feeling like we need to work harder, where it's like working harder is not the answer. Like being clear about what our role and our responsibility is, knowing that we've done that part, and surrendering is what's more important today. But yeah, when it comes to today's energies, lots come up around our security, our stability, and wherever our foundation is weak, and issues around time and how long certain things will take. And for some of us, we might find ourselves shedding a few tears as just feeling powerless and overwhelmed. But going back to, say, maybe Thursday's message, patience. Just be patient. Be patient and trust. Be patient and trust. You guys, such a pleasure sharing these messages with you. Hey guys, I want to share with you 7 benefits of getting a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session. The first one is understanding your internal programming. The second one is becoming more clear about your purpose and passion. The third is setting goals for success. The fourth is awareness of strength and areas of improvement. And the fourth one was foundational for me because whenever you're aware of your weaknesses, no one can use them against you. And when you're aware of your strengths, that makes you unstoppable. And that is why I say self-awareness is a superpower. The fifth benefit is removing obstacles. We first have to become aware of a thing in order to remove it in the first place. The sixth benefit is understanding relationship dynamics. We don't have to change the people in our lives. We have to become aware of ourselves and start from there, and everything changes. And the seventh benefit is upcoming transits, if that's something that you would like to look into because you're planning for something or you just want to be aware. So if you're interested in booking a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session or learning more about it, the link to book or the link to send me an email for questions are both within the description box below. If you'd like to check out my Patreon where I share exclusive content, the link to check out what's happening on Patreon is in the description box below. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me an orange heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.